We are back with another video, YouTube. If you guys are still not sure what Rebirth build to make and you still got your Rebirth player reward, watch this full video, bro. I'm gonna get into my personal top 5 builds to use to create your Rebirth build, because you can actually get multiple Rebirths if you have multiple 90 overall players in 2K22. It's not as hard as it was back in 19 to get a Rebirth build, but you just don't want to make the wrong Rebirth build, because once you put money on it, bro, then you can't go back. You're gonna waste your money. So here we go, man. First build we got is the build that I talked about a couple videos back. This is the two-way slashing playmaker. Now, this is not the two-way slashing playmaker that you guys are probably thinking about. This is the shooting and finishing pie chart. You get contact dunks, you get goal shooting, goal playmaking. You're pretty good defensively, and you have a high speed, man. So with this build, you just want to copy the attributes that I got. Now, you guys could change the attributes to whatever you want, but pretty much you want to get at least 5 defensive badges. Now, with the height, this is where it's a little tricky, okay? I would not recommend going 6'4", because if you go 6'4", you won't be able to get the 85 ball handle to get all the special dribble moves. And this new season, I'm expecting them to drop the Curry slide and some other dribble moves that you might want to get, but you might not be able to get them if you don't have that 85 ball handle. So you want to go 6'3" to about 6'1", anywhere between there. If you go 6'1", you're going to get the most speed. If you go 6'3", you're going to be tallest, but you're going to have an 85 ball handle at 99. You're going to have to wait. It's up to you guys with this one. And if you go a little bit shorter with the wingspan, not fully max, but like 2 ticks off of the max, then you can actually get sharpshooting takeover. I know a lot of you play shots love sharpshooting takeover. You'll be able to get contact dunks, plus you'll have sharpshooting takeover. They'll call you a slashing playmaker. Now, I have a build like this, but I chose slashing takeover. And my build has 0 defense. It only has 1 defensive badge, but I can still get them chase down blocks. If you go max wingspan, you can get the lockdown takeover. So you'll be a mini lockdown that can shoot. You have contact dunks, and you're really, really fast, bro. So it's really up to you. This is a really good build to make. Like I said, a lot of y'all play shots. I don't know why people just love making play shots. They can't even get to the basket like this build can. You're going to be 10 times harder to guard with this build, because you can rim run and you can get contact dunks. Your defense is pretty good. You only lose, I believe, 1 or 2 shooting badges and a playmaking badge, or maybe 2 playmaking badges and 1 shooting badge. But this is still solid, bro. If you go max wingspan, just keep that in mind. You will lose shooting and playmaking badges. Next build we got is the pure post scorer, okay? The pure blue pie chart. You want to go with a power forward or center. I would probably recommend going with power forward, because you do get more badges towards your defense. If this is a build that you want to use only on like the 1v1 courts, then I might recommend going with a center and making them about 7'1", 7'3". Now, you just want to copy down these attributes that I got. I'm just putting them randomly. I'm not really, you know what I'm saying, trying to find the exact best build. But you want to get at least a couple shooting badges, because you can actually shoot post fades with this build. Especially if you pick post score and takeover, you could get your rebound and blocks up, lateral quickness up, and then you could go back to pass accuracy to get more playmaking badges if you want. You guys could change this to your liking, but this is pretty much the lineup that you want with your badges. You guys already know with this new patch they changed it, so you might lose a lot of finishing badges. Not a lot, but you might lose like 2 finishing badges. So you might just want to take off some of that. With the shooting badges, you're gonna lose, actually, I believe you're gonna lose playmaking and shooting, not finishing. If you go up with wingspan, you lose playmaking and shooting. If you go down, you lose finishing and defensive rebounding. Now, I remember in NBA 2K19, some of the top tier Rebirth builds to make were a pure post scorer, a pure stretch, pure lockdown, and some other pure builds, okay? Because they had the Hall of Fame badges that you could get off rip. With this build right here, bro, this is just like it, bro. This is the pure post scorer, pretty much. You have a high close shot. You're not really gonna miss in that paint, especially if you make a 7'3". You could make the center build. I'm just gonna warn you guys, the center does not have that many defensive badges this year. I don't know why. You could take off playmaking badges if you want. Like, you don't need pass accuracy. If you're gonna just use this build on a 1v1 court and cheese, then you could do that. Now the wingspan and the weight, that's really up to you. I would go down with the weights. It sounds crazy, you're a post scorer, but again, if you're using this for park, you might want to go down with the weight. If you're just using this for the 1v1 court, you could go max weight and you'll be fine, because you'll only be playing 1v1. Now check this out, to call you a glass cleaning finisher. This is the power forward version. Now the center version is a little bit different. Like I said, the defensive badges aren't as high as the power forward version. You end up losing one defensive. I don't even know how that works. I guess it's because I went up with the height. But you lose a defensive badge. I think you lose one finishing badge. You lost 2 shooting badges, and you lost 1 playmaking badge. This patch is really bad. I can't get over that. This new patch makes absolutely no sense. Moving on though, the next build that I got for you guys, you should already know, man. If you are a play shot and you are tired of not being able to guard other play shots or other players in general, because I'm telling you right now, the defense is cruised on 2K22, man. It's very slidey. You want to make yourself an ISO lockdown. Now this is a shooting offensive lockdown build. You have 11 playmaking badges. That's really all you need to get the good quick first step, handles for days. They're all gold, so you can get them and you'll be straight. Now you have Hall of Fame shooting and Hall of Fame defense with this build, so you'll be able to get clamps Hall of Fame, pickpocket Hall of Fame, pick dodger Hall of Fame, which I heard is actually good this year. So if they're cheesing behind screens, you can actually get through the screens. Your steal is very high if you go up with the wingspan, and you can get tier 2 dribble moves. Okay, this build right here is actually a pretty good build. Now you could go 6'5" if you want, but I'm not gonna lie, you're not gonna be able to get the dribble moves that I'm talking about. So you want to go 6'4". Actually no, you will be able to get the dribble moves if you go 6'5", but your wingspan is gonna be a little bit shorter. You want to go 6'4", there, that way you could go up with the wingspan a little bit to get that 76 ball handle. Then at 99 you will be able to get 80 ball handle to get those tier 2 dribble moves. Now you could go with a shot creating takeover, so you could get ankle breakers and fadeaways, and they'll call you a 2-way pass first guard. Now this is a good build right here. This is a really good build right here, because like I said, you could play good defense, you could still shoot really well, you have a high speed, playmaking badges, you still maintain 11 playmaking badges even if you go up with the wingspan. You have a 90, 89 acceleration, 90 speed, only 1 finishing badge. You could get park dunks. This is a pretty good build, man. I cannot lie right here. 78-3, that is enough for you to hit consistently with the right badges like sniper and all that. This is a solid build to make. This is definitely one of the builds that I was considering making, but I have too many builds, so I can't even use my Rebirth reward. Now this next build that I got for you guys, this is pretty much an honorable mention. If you do not have a big man build and you wanted to make a big man build, maybe your friends, they got guards and they don't have centers to run with, then this is a very obvious choice to make right here. The glass cleaner, the shooting and defensive pie chart. I didn't show you guys how to create that because I already made a video on how to make that build. You just want to make a power forward and then go to the green and red pie chart, but the mostly green pie chart, more green than red, make him about 6'9", and you can still keep a good amount of defensive badges. You might lose a couple playmaking and shooting, but that's about it. That's pretty much a good build to make if you do not have a center and your friend has been telling you to make a center. That's another good choice. But here is another honorable mention. If you guys are just play shot creator made, then you might just want to make this build right here. This is a build that I've seen people like Lamont to create. I've seen a whole bunch of people create, man. This is a very slept on build right here. This is the play shot with lockdown takeover. Now you get 7 defensive badges, 25, 21 playmaking. This is a solid build because you can actually play just as good defense as a 2-way playmaker, but you still have Hall of Fame shooting and Hall of Fame playmaking. You're as fast as a play shot, but you have lockdown takeover. You can get easy steals. You can clamp up these guards, bro. You got a high lateral quickness, everything, bro. Max wingspan. This build is actually another very good build to make if you do not want to make like a lockdown kind of build. You know what I'm saying? like the build I showed you guys already. You still get lockdown takeover with this. You actually have a max wingspan. You don't have the top tier dribble moves just yet, but you can unlock them in like 96 overall. I believe you might even be able to get park dunks with this build. This is the PLAYSHARP with lock takeover. If you go to the test builder option, you only lose about 2 shooting badges and 1 playmaking badge. You keep your 7 defensive and rebounding badges, and you still have a very high speed. This is just like the shooting and defensive pie chart that I just showed you. That 6'4" build is just like that build, except you have Hall of Fame playmaking badges. So you're faster than it, plus you can still play the same amount of defense. You guys can make that build if you want. I don't know, man. Some of you guys are PLAYSHARP made. So yeah, this is the last build though. The last build that I would highly recommend you guys make with your Rebirth reward. This is the two-way playmaker. This is another ISO lockdown build. You get playmaking and Hall of Fame defensive badges. Now you want to go 6'5" with this build. You have high speed, 95 speed, 95 acceleration. But your shooting is kind of bad, but I've seen people actually shoot very consistently with this build, even with a 61 3-pointer. Now if you go 6'5", you will be able to get contact dunks at 99 overall. Your 3-pointer will be a 64, and if you get 99, it'll go up to a 67. Your ball handle will be an 84, so once you get to 96, you'll be able to get that tier 1 dribble moves. Your steal rating is pretty high. Your lateral quickness is really high. You'll be able to get those tier 1 dribble moves. Your shooting will be a little bit more consistent once you reach 99 overall and get your hot spots. And you only lose, I believe, 1 shooting badge and 1 playmaking badge if you go max wingspan 6'5". So this is definitely the best build to create with a Rebirth reward. I honestly would make this build if you don't know what else to make. This is just the safest one to make because it's a lockdown that can ISO and shoot once you get a good jump shot. I mean, what more can you want? And it has contact dunks. So that's pretty much it. You guys let me know if there's any other really good builds to make with a Rebirth reward. These are my top 5 plus an honorable mention. I don't know, man. Y'all let me know. If you're not making the ISO lockdown with this Rebirth reward, then I don't know what to do, because the defense is crucified in this game. So you want to have a build that can play defense and offense, man. Two-way builds are the way to go. Now a two-way build is not going to give you automatic stops. You gotta have IQ, obviously, but with a two-way build, you're gonna be able to actually have a chance to get the ball back more than you would with a pure offensive type of player. So y'all let me know what you think in the comment section, man. Drop a like and subscribe for more. And yeah, gameplay on the way, season 2 on the way. We gone. I'm gonna be out this thing. Peace.